Who from the East received the most All-Star votes?
I'll give you all a hint.
Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at the 2-guard. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the center, filling out the middle. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. And here at the midway point of the year, lots of guys banged up, Clark. Is it hard to decide when to play through and then maybe not to play, when to sit?
Yeah, that's a good question, Kevin. And a lot of times it's about pain tolerance, the severity of the injury. Is it something that you can play with that won't linger on and you don't have the possibility of further injury? Those are the factors that go into playing hurt or playing in pain.
Here's KD, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him.
And stolen by Jordan. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. On the wing, Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jordan dishes to Harris. Outside, KD shoots from the line. That's tipped and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Giannis. Some solid defense there from KD. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop.
Remarkable speed in transition from Harden, sprinting ahead of everybody, putting himself in a great spot there.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now, Antetokounmpo, 26 points for him last game against Memphis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Giannis has got 6.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is Harden. 29 points for him last game. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Harden the pass to Irving. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here's Giannis. 6 points for him. Here's Durant, and KD throws it down.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Bucks trail by 4. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Yep, that one goes in there. 8 points for him. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Here is Harden following the basket by Brook Lopez. Harden right side. Tries again. He can't hit that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Augustine comes in for Drew Holiday. Here is Harden following the basket by Brook Lopez. Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass fake. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
And it's Durant with the rebound. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Griffin. 8 points for James Harden.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Middleton on the wing. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James,
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, we've got DJ Augustine, and it's Craig in at the power forward. There's Portis. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Griffin. And they're running. Here's Luwawu. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence, and so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that part.
Here's Forbes. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
You know, it's really interesting to note that Forbes went to the same high school in Detroit as a certain friend of ours. I think the guy's name I'm thinking about here is Chris Webber.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it. Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Luwawu, the pass to Harden. That's in, and that's his fourth basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Giannis has got 14 points for the game.
Man, he's got it going now. When he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
And the basket by Harden.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's Giannis. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. And the Bucks with some changes. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. And it's Drew Holiday in for Augustine. Then for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Durant. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Basket counts.
Outstanding body control there by Kyrie. I mean, he continues to score on tough defense. And it never fails to amaze me how he's able to do that so often.
Holiday, the pass to Giannis. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Jordan. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league-wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
Irving kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. And it's off from three-point range. The Bucks trail. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Holiday. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Kept alive. Pass to Connaughton. Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And Antetokounmpo. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Brown. Green against Antetokounmpo. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
That's why you got to push Giannis Antetokounmpo out of the paint. I mean, he's too long, too skilled, and very confident from this area. You got to get him out of there.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Lopez dishes to Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Jeff Green.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Another miss by Irving. Got it off in time, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's it for the... Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 12 points, 2 assists. Well, we know he's a magician. And that'll do it for us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harden in at the point guard position.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
It's Harden with the drive.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdown.
It's Durant on the wing. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Irving. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Holiday against Harden. Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Harden scanning the floor. KD on the wing, defended by DiVincenzo. Here's Middleton. They get it again, and Antetokounmpo on the follow.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek Freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself.
And the Bucks with some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Landry Shamet's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Brown in for James Harden. And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you. Call him the Freak, Superman, what have you. None of it feels like an exaggeration. Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That'll be his second foul of the game. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Brown outside. In the corner, it's Harris. Nets with the new shot clock. Back to Brown. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Brown's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's Shamet. Wilson with the block. And up the court come the Bucks on the break.
Nice to see him playing at a high rate of speed there, getting up and down the floor quickly. Early offense for Forbes.
Jeff Green on the wing. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Dishes it to Griffin. Wilson with the block. Middleton against Harris. Shot's good by Middleton.
I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
Outside, Green. He feeds it to Griffin. Stolen by Middleton. Here's Holiday. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Well, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide-open man and dropping the dime.
And there's the pass to Griffin. Left side, Brown. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a turn. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Chris Middleton is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Holiday, and it's Craig in at the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Just 5 to shoot. Brown with it. And here we go. Griffin heading to the hoop. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
Outside Holiday. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They lead by 1. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Bruce Brown. Durant with a wide open look. They get it back. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Rebound, Brooklyn. KD's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Irving. Jordan trying to free himself up. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Harden.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Guarded by Harden. And it's blocked by Jordan. And the jam by Harden.
There are very few any better than Harden at the and one. He's an expert. He looks for the contact, initiates it, gets it, and still finishes. You can't be too physical with him.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Durant kicks to Harris. Pass to Harden. Jordan trying to free himself up.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you got to have a plan for Giannis on the drive. I mean, he's extremely aggressive. The defense really unable to handle him.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Giannis.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
Irving passes to Jordan. Off on the layup. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Bucks trail by 4. Over in the corner, out of Kumbo. Brooklyn with the rebound. We've got 1:55 left in the 4th. On the wing, Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Harden, and it's Harden slamming it down.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
Pass to Middleton. Back to Giannis. And they call the foul, so a chance at the coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, onto the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. And it's Torrey Craig in for Chris Middleton. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, keep grinding. They're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfect. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Here's Harris. It doesn't go for him. And Milwaukee the other way now. And Holiday kicks to Kumbo to tie it up. The rebound by Harden.
They came close there to tying it up.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the 4th, that would have been a big bucket for them. Irvin's got them falling right now, that's for sure.
And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 4-point game. And here is Jordan. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Two points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Irving way outside. Giannis grabs the miss. And the Bucks with possession. It counts. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
It's the first. That makes it a 3-point lead.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're down by 4. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Middleton. No good on the quick three. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
You know, Jordan, to me, is one of the more reliable bigs in the league. He takes a lot of punishment and rarely takes a night off.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Trae Young said when...
Thanks, D.A. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden, and it's Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And for the Hawks, Reddish and Collins at the small forward and power forward. Young and Herter make up the backcourt, and it's Capella in at the 5. Herter passes to Collins, and he comes up with the deuce. On the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
Great initiative from Capella there, seeing an opportunity to score and getting the D to act.
The Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line, and he's good on the second. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. On the wing, Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. KD against Collins. Count it.
Well, Kevin Durant's form, his release point, everything about his stroke is really impeccable.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Rockets in Houston. Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. There's the dish to Capella. In the corner. Herter with it. 5 to shoot. Wow, hammering it in.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. The pass to Irving. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Feeds to Jordan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Clint Capella.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
So for the Hawks, Gallinari, he's checked in for Collins. Bogdanovich comes in for Kevin Herter. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Trae Young. Brown, he's checked in for the Nets. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Well, when DeAndre Jordan is engaged, this guy is flat out a difference maker. He understands how to play to his strengths.
Reddish dishes to Capella. And for the ball out of bounds, Jordan touched it last. Okongwu's checked in for the Hawks. Tony Snell comes in for Reddish. And the Nets also making a change. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Rondo passes to Okongwu. Rondo kicks to Bogdanovich. Pass to Okongwu. He gets that one.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Swiped it away. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Okongwu's running. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Wow, how about the start to this game? Taking excellent shots, capitalizing on everything the defense is giving him. This is great stuff.
And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Green, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Irving. The drive by Green. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
1:06 left in the first. Pass to Okongwu. 4 on the clock. It's stolen by Green. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Green finds Shamet. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Rondo looking around. Down low. Okongwu with it. Griffin's there. Okongwu, the pass to Bogdanovic. To the middle. Another shot. Fires from deep. Passes it to Rondo. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And Bogdan Bogdanovic gets the 3.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Brown. Just 3 on the clock. The shot misses. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in a tie. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Griffin is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 spot. Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Reddish comes in for Bogdanovic. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And, oh my goodness! Wow. What a play!
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Young up top, defended by Griffin. Count the basket.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
To the paint, got a piece of it. It's stolen by Capella. And oh, here we go. Young's got it, the fast break chance. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
You know, you can't afford to let Young slip by you, especially in these open floor situations. That is inviting trouble.
Harden outside. Collins against KD. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Irving passes to Jordan. Misses in close. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against Houston.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite-level passer. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And he can't hit the second.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
Right wing. Capella finds Collins. The Hawks working the ball around. Young pass to Reddish. Here's Capella. Off with the layup. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's KD. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you love how Durant goes into the contact. This guy is always looking for an opportunity to get to the foul line.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Knocked loose. Gallinari down low. Guarded by KD.
Well, Gallinari has both the size and the finesse to finish on the interior or to get to the foul line.
First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%? Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
That one goes in. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
I love that Kyrie Irving doesn't settle for something on the perimeter. He goes right to the cup.
So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And Luwawu subbed in for Joe Harris. Outside Irving. Griffin dishes to Brown. And here is Irving. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Houston.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Gallinari outside, inside. Okongwu kicks to Snell. There's the pass to Okongwu. Back to Snell and taken away by Brown. Luwawu, the pass to Irving. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Here's Snell. He's covered by Brown. There's 37 seconds left in the first half. Okongwu, his shot is good, scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries, shooting 50%.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Irving kicks to Brown. Irving against Rondo. Yes, that goes in. Irving's got 10 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Snell from outside. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, he's got the size and strength. Gallinari doing work on the glass.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
On the wings, Herter and Reddish. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Young in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
It's Collins with the drive. Misses from short range. Tries to save it. Here is Harden. He's got 6, and they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Here's Young. Good work defensively by Harden. Nets leading by 4. To the middle. Here's Durant. And the shot goes in. 8 points for KD.
Man, he is working them over on the inside. I'll tell you this, Kevin Durant every year gets more comfortable with the physicality of defenders. Incredible.
Capella, the pass to Young. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Young's got 4 points this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Harden. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Clint Capella. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this, you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Harris kicks to Harden. Outside Durant. 6 to shoot. Slam dunk by Jordan.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Young inside, guarded by Harden. Stolen by Harden. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. KD drives in. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Durant. And it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
Well, that's interesting. Out in space, the defender challenging DeAndre Jordan's shot. Makes some contact, but it doesn't bother him.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the third. Herter passes to Capella. Back to Herter. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Capella with the bucket.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
Harden kicks to Shamet. Now, here is Harden. 8 points for him. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And then for Brooklyn, Blake Griffin comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for Harris. Here's Durant. Excellent D there from Hill. The Hawks trail by 6. Bogdanovich looking around. Makes it off the glass. Bogdanovich has got 5.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Pass to Brown. The Nets have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Atlanta making a switch here. Okongwu's checked in. Then for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Durant, and it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Bogdanovich passes to Okongwu. Back to Bogdanovich. And here we go. Griffin heading to the hoop. And that one's good. Shamet.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Here's Goodwin. And he makes good on the layup.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brown outside. Back to Johnson. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 5. Shooting foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double checking, and the game continues on.
Got it up. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Brooklyn ahead, up 6. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Green. Irving is out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin, and it's Luwawu in at the small forward. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. His point to them was that they put themselves in the position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And it's Bogdanovich on the foul.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Now Harden. And the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Outside Rondo. Passes it to Capella. He kicks it to Okongwu. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Alinari with it. He's picked up by KD. Goes back up. And Jordan sends it back.
Well, DJ, twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
The shot's good from Irving.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Takes the 13-footer up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
And they go to the intentional foul. The Atlanta making some changes. Tony Snell's checked in for Okongwu. Kevin Huerter comes in for Bogdanovich. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Harden the pass to Harris. Back to Harden. The Hawks trail by 6. Gallinari in the corner. Young outside. Back to Gallinari. Dishes it to Capella. Young drives in. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Young against Harden. The feed to Jordan.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Free throw good, Jordan. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
But making it a 2-possession game was what was important on that trip to the line.
The pass to Irving. Outside, KD. Lays it up off the glass.
I think your best option defensively is to try to keep the ball out of Durant's hands, because if he's that close, he will convert.
Young outside. Pass to Herter. It's tipped and stolen by Jordan. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Young for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Looking at who's out there now. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Nets leading by 6. Harden scanning the floor. Capella with it.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Durant in the corner. Harden outside. 6 on the shot clock. And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebound Atlanta.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
Young against Irving. And it's sent back by KD.
But Kevin Durant uses his length so well. And how about the timing to send that rejection back?
Harris outside. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they
second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So the Nets starting five. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Durant. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And for the 76ers, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Seth Curry is out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Green in at the 3. Green, Jordan with some nice D. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They were flat out sniping from deep. They look very comfortable pulling the trigger on the road.
Now here's Simmons. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Now here's Durant after the miss from Joel Embiid. A terrific move by Irving to score.
Now look, an assist like that gives Durant more hyped than any other play he makes. He loves creating an easy bucket for a teammate.
Now here's Simmons. 17 points for him last game against Utah.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Here's Durant. And Embiid with the block.
Awesome timing on the rejection. Embiid, the big fella. You don't want to bring it in around this guy.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the 76ers.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that a sloppy effort? I mean, turnovers were a huge issue. They don't have to play safe tonight, but they do have to play smart.
All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's top scoring teams. Number 1, the Nets.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
And then Durant with the dunk.
I'm not sure what you're supposed to do as a defender when Durant drives. I'm just glad I never have to deal with it.
Simmons inside. KD's on him.
And everyone wants Simmons to add a consistent outside jump shot. But while that's a work in progress, he does just fine at the rim. Incredibly adept finisher up close.
And C-Webb, as you said with Simmons, when he's going at the rim, he's as good as it gets.
Oh, yeah, G. A great blend of size, speed, and strength. He controls his body to create space. He can lay it up from unorthodox angles with ease.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Milton's checked in.
Look at that. Griffin is such an incredible talent. He's made a living off finding ways to score through contact.
Here's Simmons. Here's Embiid. Good D by Jordan.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Harris. Matisse Thybulle's checked in for Green. And Maxey's subbed in for Ben Simmons. Then for the Nets, Jeff Green, he's checked in for Jordan. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Now, here is Irving. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Maxey, that one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Irving passes to Griffin. Here's Luau. Down low. Griffin can't get it to go in.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Irving surveying the floor. Over Milton. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
And that one's good. Thibault.
No basket feels better than a putback. Love getting rewarded for grinding it out on the glass.
Outside Irving. And it's sent back by Howard.
You got to be aware of Howard at all times, especially on defense, where he makes his living blocking shots.
Nets trail by 5. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
Here's Maxey. The dish to Howard. Pass to Korkmaz. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Oh, improving his floor awareness. Howard has a decent sense for when his guys are open.
And Irving launches it from deep. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Philadelphia. And we spoke with Joel Embiid earlier. He hopes to set an
being from Africa, at the end of the day.
Well said. Certainly, Greg Embiid puts himself front and center, willing to lead the cause on and off the floor.
And this is where his big personality helps. He has a larger-than-life quality that really just captivates people.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Well, credit the coaching. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
So for Brooklyn now, Green is out there with Luau. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Brown. And it's Griffin in at the center position. Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Harris comes in for Korkmaz. Danny Green, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And it's Ben Simmons in for Maxey.
And that's what Jordan does best, an extremely lethal dunker.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. It's Curry outside. Rebounded by the Nets. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. Here's Harris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Irving with a clean look. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Irving's got 8.
Another area where Irving is lethal. I mean, sweet release on his 3-ball.
Simmons finds Green. Simmons inside. Defended by Durant. Simmons can't get it to go. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Brooklyn. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The Nets have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
Well, Irving came into this league as a terrific three-point shooter, and I think he's only getting better with age if he can.
Here's Simmons, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Poked away. Harris kicks to Irving. Here's Harden. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
No, the bearded one cannot be intimidated. No matter how much contact Harden takes, he'll still find a way to finish.
Here's Simmons, and the layup's good off the glass. Simmons got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Irving for 3, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Irving against Curry. Second chance shot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And really, how do you guard Embiid when he's this close? You almost have to foul.
The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Tobias Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Green. Matisse Thybulle's checked in for Seth Curry. And Maxey subbed in for Simmons.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
Now, here's Maxey, guarded by Harden. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Shake Milton, he's checked in for the 76ers. And a change for the Nets. Luwawu's checked in. Howard finds Thibault. Shot clock at 6. Howard can't hit. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yes, yeah, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there to keep it guessing.
Here's Maxey. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And you need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb at snatching up offensive rebounds.
Shamet with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston. Griffin's shot is good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now, here's Maxey, guarded closely. And here we go. Griffin heading to the hoop. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
He's crazy mobile in the open floor. When Griffith runs with purpose, he's capable of capitalizing in transition.
Now, Thibault on the pass to Howard. Now the pass to Milton. To the inside. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Count that one. Maxey's got his second bucket.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of move.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 14 points and 2 assists. And
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Ben Simmons is out there with Curry, and it's Green in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. And it's off the back rim, no good. Nets leading by 6. Kicks to KD. Irving for 3. But they get it back. Durant, the pass to Irving. Harris outside. Nets passing it around. It's Durant with the drive, and KD throws it down.
Man, what persistence on the glass. Durant excels at staying after misses, using all that length and height.
Here's Curry, and it's blocked by Jordan. And they get it back.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout. It's just to try to settle things down.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Simmons against Durant. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
I don't know what they drew up at halftime, but it ain't working. 0 for 4 to start the half.
The shot's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Feeds it to Curry. Outside for Simmons. And nothing is falling for him right now.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Pass to Harden. And the rejection by Embiid. Harris against Green. Curry on the wing. Back to Green, and stolen by Irving. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone.
Oh, such a smart defensive player. He knows how to use his reach to alter shots.
And it's Green missing. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Harden dishes to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
D.A., thank you. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 14.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Howard. Maxey passes to Korkmaz. 6 to shoot. And Curry, here we go. Here's Howard. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Love the focus from Howard. So excellent at draining difficult shots over the defense.
Nets leading by 12. Brown outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Brown's got his second basket of the night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the time.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Here's Luwawu. No good on that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's the break. Here's Korkmaz. Drops in the layup for 2.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And here is Shamet. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. James Harden, he's checked in for Brooklyn. 5 to shoot. Embiid with the steal. And it's Simmons penetrating. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on James Harden. For Philadelphia, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. That's good from Simmons.
I mean, you got to love the skill set that Simmons possesses. A nightly triple-double threat. He stuffs the stat sheet.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Nets leading by 9. Johnson surveying the floor. Claxton. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Once Simmons turns on the Jets, there's no stopping him. I love seeing him play with this much confidence.
And so it's Brooklyn, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game in. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then there's Harris. Then there's Brown. And it's Harden in at the point guard position. And that one, good.
And when Harden sees a clear lane to the hoop, just move out the way. He jumps on it. So relentless in how he exploits open space.
The 76ers trail by 9. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for Brown. Here's Embiid. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Brooklyn leading by 9. KD dishes to Jordan. Irving for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game. Stolen by Harden. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And stolen by Harris. Fast break, Philadelphia. Curry's got the ball. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kevin Durant. First free throw is good. The line for 2. And both free throws good for Curry.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Harden outside. To the middle. Here's Jordan. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one.
A comfort zone of Jordan's. The closer he is to the rim, the more efficient he becomes.
And stolen by Jordan. Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody back. And then Durant with the dunk.
That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game, staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
Here's Curry. Brooklyn with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Harden. It's good.
You tell me, how do you defend that? Harden's strength and command of the Rockets, it's almost unfair.
Outside, Simmons. And then jammed down as he goes right over DeAndre Jordan.
The versatility of Simmons astounding, amazing. impressive. Dunks like this are just insane.
Harden kicks to Durant. No good on that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's Curry. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Nets leading by 11. In transition, here come the Nets. And Harden with the stuff.
The athleticism Harden possesses is scary. I mean, he's constantly driving toward the basket for these dunks.
It's Curry outside. It's hauled in by Harris. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Green. Banked in off the glass. Green's got his first points of the game.
Good at recognizing when the defense is overcommitted. I mean, Embiid is terrific at sharing the ball.
Harden against Simmons. Harden surveying the D. And Harden with the stuff.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And Simmons slams it in.
Like whenever Simmons finishes with power off the drive, he'll make a post.
Pass to Durant. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And the three off target.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Curry. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Brooklyn.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Kyrie Irving.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Tony Bradley's checked in for Joel Embiid. Mike Scott comes in for Tobias Harris. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Danny Green. And Maxey subbed in for Simmons. Harry Johnson outside. Pass to Luwawu. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Johnson outside. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range, Scott pulls it in. Here's Milton. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounds.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in its center. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving at the shooting guard position. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Outside Durant. On the wing, Irving. 6 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. The shot by KD. No good. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
Here's KD following the basket by Giannis. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Durant. This is the time of year when teams can start to lose their focus just a little bit. How tough is it, do you think, to stay motivated at this stage of a long season?
Well, teams who have big aspirations, Kevin, aren't suffering through any of this. The other teams that are trying to be acutely aware of the potential of their team are watching their players very intently as to whether their focus can be maintained during the next 2 to 3 weeks of this season.
Here is Harden after the basket by Milwaukee. Outside Irving. Giannis against KD. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
On defense, your priority is to close out on Durant's outside shot, but then he has that tight handle. Simply drives right by you.
DiVincenzo against Irving. Here's Lopez. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. KD dishes to Jordan. Outside for KD. Irving looking over the floor. The 10-footer. Jump shot is good that time. It's all knotted up.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one. Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Harden kicks to Irving. Back to Harden. Over Holiday. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really, on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Down low. The putback, they get the rebound. Here is Forbes. Takes the 3. The rebound by Luwawu.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Harden. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
51 seconds left to play here in the first. Uses the glass that time, and it's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Harden. Brown trying to free himself up. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 6.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drop.
A rebound by the Nets.
That's a tough finish. Even from that range, he has a hard time against that kind of defense inside.
And Green gets it to go.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Guarded by Harden. Tries it from 9. And there it is for him. It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a... And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of an NBA season.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Griffin is out there with Green. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Brown. And it's Luwawu in at the small forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. That one good for 2. Brown's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
4. The Bucks working the ball around. He's covered by Shamet. Just 5 to shoot. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. And Portis throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Well, awesome to see in that last game how the motion in their offense didn't stop because they were in some hostile territory.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
Well, KD, an awesome job there just sharing the rock with his teammates.
Bucks trail by 4. Middleton looking it over. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Passes to Harris. The pass to Jordan. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Now it's a 6-point Brooklyn lead.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
That one goes. Count it.
You got to stay in front of Kyrie Irving at all times. Yeah, I said it here from the sidelines. Try doing it out there on the floor.
Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And so it's Milwaukee now. After the basket by Brooklyn. And it's sent back by KD. the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Thursday, they'll host the Boston Celtics. And then on Saturday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is a chance to create some separation.
It's interesting as Giannis has grown in this league. The Greek Freak we know is so versatile, just competing to be one of the best players in the business.
Here's Irving, hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
There's the lob at Kumbo. Durant with the steal. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Now here's Giannis. He's good with the little jumper in close. Giannis has got 10 points in the game.
And they've repeatedly closed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to KD. And KD throws it down.
That's a big-time finish. KD dunking all over the defense.
And so on to Kumbo looking over it. Good D by Jordan.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And the Nets making a change here. Shamet's checked in. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Connaughton's checked in. Now here's Irving. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Goes up on the wing. He can't get that one to fall.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Giannis, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, the D cannot handle DJ right now. A gigantic guy on the inside who's going to get those calls most of the time.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
He's off on the second.
Well, there is continuous energy in DeAndre Jordan's play, really hustling on both ends and influencing those plays with that activity.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Inside, the shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got the lead up to 11 now for Brooklyn.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And so it's Brooklyn. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter.
Thanks, Kevin. Here.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never put themselves in too much danger. 4 points. And that...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Giannis. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, if you just look for a few minutes of Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, you know why he's called the Greek Freak. But it's the drive that makes him an MVP. He said, people try to make it complicated. Life is simple. You know what you want, go get it. Do what it takes every day and don't lie to yourself. Guys, I hope you understand I'm being truthful in all of these reports. Back to you.
Love the intensity. David, thank you.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. You don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor. That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Jordan trying to free himself up, and KD is right there.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The shot by Middleton, wide open, and the three ball is good. Middleton's got his first 3 points of the game. Irving passes to Harris, and stolen by DiVincenzo. To the paint, Holiday finds DiVincenzo. To the inside, here's Giannis. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Giannis has got 12.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Now, here is Harden. 10 points for him. 6 to shoot. Lopez with the block.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame.
Wow, hammering it in.
Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet?
An era where we're seeing teams turn away from the slower 7-footers. Brook Lopez still playing a pivotal role for the Bucks.
There's been a lot of talk in recent years, Greg, as how the big man has been played off the floor in the playoffs. That's just not the case with Lopez because he's been able to step out and shoot threes along with being a really reliable rim protector.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
And a new group in for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Offensive rebound. Here's Portis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. For Milwaukee, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Now here's Durant. He's got 12. And he banks in the layup. He's got 14.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Right side, Portis. Down low, here's Connaughton, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Durant. 14 points for him. Over in the corner, Green. Pass to Griffin. Outside for Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
And this has been relentless from KD here tonight. The defense has tried to adjust not once but several times and nothing working.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And Durant sends it back. They get it back. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Portis. And here is KD. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. It's good. Griffin's got his second basket.
The inside game of Griffin, very polished and superb at getting into a position where he can cash in.
Right side, Portis. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Connaughton, and nothing but hair on that one. And stolen by Portis to the middle. Let's go. And to Tecumbo. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now here's Durant. 16 points for him. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
For a spindly guy, Durant has such great body control. Hard not to foul him when he carves his way in that deep.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And both free throws good for Durant.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. He took. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this one?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Griffin. Luwawu is out there with Joe Harris.
Timeout.
Then there's Brown, and it's Irving in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Timeout called the Nets. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
He'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
Giannis, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Harris kicks to Irving.
Come get it, come get it.
KD on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. Bucks trail by 15. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. They get it back. Here's Lopez. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Harden with it. Outside Irving. The dish to Durant. On the wing, Irving. Defended by DiVincenzo. At the elbow, it's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
So hard to stop down low. Giannis gets around the basket, and it feels like within 8 feet, he's going to dunk just about anything.
Harden surveying the D. Jordan finds Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Nets lead by 13.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And he gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 4 this quarter.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Harden the pass to Jordan. He kicks to Harris. And here's Harden. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists in the game.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Now here is Holiday. He dishes it to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Holiday. Makes it off the glass.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
Now Harden dishes it to Durant. And the pass to Irving. From deep. The long distance three is barrel.
I know Kyrie is one of the best finishers in the league, but trust me, he enjoys the 3 ball.
Bucks trail by 14. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the 4th. Here's Holiday. Here's the lob into Kumbo. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Irving, and that one good. Irving's got 7 now in this quarter.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for KD.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Back to Augustine, and the layup falls.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Here's Johnson following the bucket by the Bucks. From deep three-point range, the offensive rebound stolen by Holiday. Now the Bucks moving it up. Augustine's running, and Holiday throws it down.
How about Drew rising up, getting to the rim? Love the power on that dunk, too.
Augustine against Johnson. Pass to Perry. Outside, Green. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A confident win, and one where David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks, for Brett Berry. Harden.
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Reddish and Collins at the small forward and power forward. Young and Herter make up the backcourt, and it's Capella in at the center position. And for the Nets, we've got Harden. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan, and it's Irving at the 2. Now here's Durant. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchup we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Harden the pass to Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
And it's blocked by Jordan. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in.
Sometimes I think Kyrie likes to get contact, probably because he can still finish through it.
Out to the wing. Here's Reddish. Here's Young. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. The second chance effort, and he hits the jumper for 2.
The willingness of Young to work off the ball just gives the defense another thing to account for.
Pass to Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 6.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Young outside. In the corner. Herter with it. And stolen by Irving. It's Harden with the drive. And Harden with the stuff.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drive.
Capella kicks to Young. Stolen by Harden. And here they come. Up again. And KD is right there. KD's got his second bucket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And Young, here we go. And Jordan sends it back.
Can't be careless with DeAndre is around. He slaps shots back with some real authority.
But they recover it. Harris outside. Back to Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist. He's got 8.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Hawks trail by 10. Capella, high post. Collins in the post. Guarded by KD. Inside. Can they get it? And it's laid up and in by Young. Young's got his second bucket.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Durant kicks to Irving. Collins against KD, and it's in there.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
Well, John Collins has the potential to be a star for this team. Continues to be a powerhouse on the offensive end. He can attack from inside as well as outside.
Nets leading by 8. KD looking around. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Collins.
He covers so much ground with every stride. Hard to get into position against KD.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. Brown is checked in for Kyrie Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Here's Snell. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Magic in Orlando. Off target from outside. And so Green will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 10-point game. And KD throws it down.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. He kicks it to Okongwu. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Outside Durant. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And you see the improved strength of Kevin Durant, able to convert through contact now.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Snell, the pass to Okongwu. Nice D from Griffin. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 13. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
On the court right now for the Hawks. Gallinari is out there with Okongwu. Then there's Bogdanovich. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Snell in at the shooting guard.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. From the line. And the shot is long.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And out of New Mexico, Tony Snell has made himself into a capable long-range marksman.
Yes, he's a guy who plays within himself, GA, stays in his lane, and knocks down perimeter shots.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
I'm a fan of Tony Snell's shooting touch. Whether it's a free throw or an in-game jumper, he can do serious damage.
Here's Harden. Rebounded by Snell. The Hawks trail by 17. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Passes like this demonstrate Snell's team-first approach. He's all about getting it to the open guys.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. It's deflected, and the foul on Joe Harris. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. Clint Capella comes in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. And it's Reddish in for Tony Snell. Here's Okongwu. And Jordan sends it back. Here's Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists in the game.
Wow, one of the craftiest ball handlers in the league. Kyrie on a tear.
Now, here is Gallinari. 23 points for him the last game against Orlando. Rondo, no good. Nets leading by 17. Here's KD. And then Durant with the jam.
I mean, another one for KD. Terrific scoring night, even for him.
Rondo finds Gallinari. Okongwu with it. Knocked away and stolen by Jordan. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
When Durant gets inside, 9 times out of 10, he's going to score or get fouled.
If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this area at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
The finish, and then slammed in by Jordan.
Putting a little something extra on that one. DeAndre Jordan adding to his highlight reel.
Young pass to Herter. Outside Collins. And a miss there on the triple. The Nets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. So it's Atlanta now, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Jeff Green is checked in for Brooklyn. Andrew Shamet comes in for Kyrie Irving. To the middle, here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
That is in Blake Griffin's DNA, dunking on guys.
Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
And this is the chemistry Capella has with his guys. Exceptional at feeling when to go for alley-oops.
Luwawu, the pass to Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
And if you don't, they keep finding the matchup every time up the floor.
Now, here is Young. A 32-point game for him in the win against Orlando.
And he really controlled the pace of the game by getting to the line. The D could not slow him down, and he took advantage of it.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And Griffin slams it in.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Herter passes to Capella. Back to Herter. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Finding makeable shots. Kevin Herter continuing to become more efficient as a scorer.
Here's Luwawu. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Brooklyn, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've been playing some ferocious. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half, merciful. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now see.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Irving with the steal. Puts up a 3. KD's shot is off. Hawks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Young against Harris. Young, right side. Pass to Herter. 6 on the shot clock. Young, good. Young's got the first field goal of the second half for the Hawks.
Yeah, credit Herter. Recognizes where the help is coming from. Finds the open man.
And the dunk by Capella.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
And the amount of pressure that Trae Young puts on the defense is staggering. He's either carving you up with his passing or hitting you with that jump shot.
You know, Trae Young is the type of player that can lead this league in scoring and in assists. And also possibly could do it in the same season. For a youngster, he sees a lot of double teams. It's impressive how he handles it.
And the Nets making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Alinari comes in for Reddish. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Trae Young. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for the Hawks. Young comes in for Rajon Rondo. And a wide open look for Irving. Connects from three-point range. Irving's got 16 points.
Man, it is tough holding down Kyrie. Smooth release on that shot.
The pass to Okongwu. Collins looking around. The dish to Young. Back to Collins. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Irving for 3. That shot off. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Here's Bogdanovic, and Bogdanovic throws it down.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. That shot, no good. Hawks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Young with no one around. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's KD. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Young dishes to Okongwu. Back to Young. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 4 points this quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
On the wing, Harris. Off target from outside. For Atlanta, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Durant. Bruce Brown comes in for Harris. Landry Shamet's checked in for Irving. And it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Snell's checked in. Young's shot is off.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Pass to Claxton. Kicks it to Brown. Shamet on the wing. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. There's 45 seconds left in the third. A 3 from Bogdanovic. The Hawks again can't hit.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
I love that shot. He can make that consistently. Keep going to him. Keep feeding Blake Griffin.
Young pass to Okongwu. Back to Young. Johnson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Atlanta. For Brooklyn, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Passes it to Shamet. That's in there. Jackson with the assist. Shamet's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
To the inside, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Here's Shamet. Takes a three. But they get it back.
Good D by Gallinari. Has a good combination of size and instincts. Can guard various positions for you.
And so it's Brooklyn. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Tony Snell. Rajon Rondo is out there with Goodwin. Then there's Solomon Hill. And it's Fernando in at the center, locking down the middle.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
In the corner, Harden. No good from outside. Atlanta's shooting for the game at 42%. Outside Rondo. And Jordan sends it back. And Irving gets it to go on the assist from Harden.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Snell kicks to Goodwin. Back to Snell. Hawks passing it around. Goodwin passes to Fernando. Clock at 6. Three-pointers. Snell. Offensive rebound. Pass to Fernando. And stolen by Jordan. Down low. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. It's deflected. And the turnover again by Atlanta.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Durant, and Luwawu subbed in for Joe Harris. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Trae Young, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Irving kicks to Harden. Left side, Irving over Goodwin. Fernando pulls it in. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Young against Harden. To the paint and stolen by Jordan. Here's Luwawu. Jeff Green on the wing. The three-pointer no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
It's Young on the wing, guarded by Harden. The three. Young's shot is off. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Green. Irving for three. Rebound by the Hawks.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Young against Jordan. Young outside. Hill up top. To end the drought. And Young with the nice bucket inside. And that's 19 points for Trae Young.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Brooklyn.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And on the season, this is going to be their third win in 4 games against this team.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for DeAndre Jordan.
Active hands tonight. He may have gambled a bit, but sometimes you have to take chances to make plays, and he did that tonight.
Now Goodwin. Snell finds Hill. Here's Snell, down low. Floats it up for Hill. It's stolen by Johnson. Round down low. Bogdanovich passes to Fernando. Now here's Goodwin. He tries for 3. The shot, no good. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup.
Goodness! That was special. Boy, DeAndre Jordan still able to throw down these fantastic dunks. And he loves when he gets a chance to do so.
Here's Embiid. They kick it out to Green. On the way, Harris. Now Now the pass to Curry. 6 to shoot. Here's the floater. And they call over the back here. Too much contact. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after.
And it's Simmons penetrating. And Simmons slams it in.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they?
Boy, I tell you what, we've got a little bit of a personal rivalry brewing here, fellas.
Here's KD. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Harris.
He is one of the longer wings in the game. Durant knows a thing or two about drawing fouls.
He hits both from the stripe.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Outside, Simmons. Green breaking loose. Tries again. And Embiid lays it in.
Boy, proving to be a handful once again, guys. Embiid, so tough to keep off the glass because of his agility and size.
Out to Harris. To the inside. Durant. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. KD's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And he gets the bucket.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do to prevent Simmons from creating space. I mean, it's quite honestly what he does best in pick and roll situations.
And you rarely see the vision and playmaking of Ben Simmons in someone that size. That you can put him up there with Magic, LeBron, and Penny Hardaway in terms of those taller playmakers.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Greg. I mean, he's unique, really unique and gifted in that regard. And with all great passers, there are a couple of things they do well. One is they see a play or two ahead. They anticipate and throw the ball where it should be going, anticipating that. And the other thing is the timing with which they make their passes. It's usually right at the right time, the opportune time for a teammate to score on the catch.
Irving dishes to KD. Irving passes to Durant. Lays it up off the glass. Durant's got 10 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively. And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen now.
And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu is checked in for Harris. And it's Brown in for Irving. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Joel Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Tobias Harris. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Green. And Maxi's subbed in for Ben Simmons.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Outside for Curry. Back to Milton. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Brown, good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Maxey passes to Howard. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
So hard to corral Howard. I mean, even when you try to rough him up and get physical with him, he still just is able to play through it.
Harden kicks to Brown. And the dunk by Brown.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. they can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And Seth Curry is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Landry Shamet's checked in for James Harden. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Matisse Thybulle's checked in for Curry. Shamet finds Griffin. They kick it out to Green. With the putback, and Griffin stays with it.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Korkmaz. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And chatting earlier with Ben Simmons, he addressed the scoop.
For me, it comes with...
And with social media now, Greg, blocking out the noise has become for these players even harder.
I mean, truth is, people like to criticize others. We should be celebrating what Simmons has accomplished at a very young age.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Actually out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Howard. Then it's Shake Milton. And it's Korkmaz at the 4 slot. And here's the fast break. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn.
A precision passer, Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
Harden surveying the D, 13 feet away. Connects, the jumper drops. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of it had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set, but I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
The truck by Simmons.
Boy, the quickness by Simmons, breathtaking. So good at blowing by whoever's trying to stay in front of him.
Harden against Simmons. KD can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 6. Curry dishes to Harris. That one drops for him. Harris has got his first points in this one.
There's no way you can minimize his concentration. Excellent focus in finding a way to score that time by Harris.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
And the 76ers making a change here. Eibel's checked in. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Jordan inside, guarded by Embiid, and stolen by Simmons. Thibault, the pass to...
Oh, man. Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
Harden outside. Outside Jordan. Ben Simmons with the rebound. The 76ers trail. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively. Hey, Clark, how about the 20th pick back in that 2019 draft? Matisse Thybulle, fantastic defensive specialist who has an evolving offensive presence as well.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. His defense is really outstanding and NBA ready from the day he got into the league. He'll improve on offense. You know that. He'll work at it, and he'll get better. I think he has tremendous instincts on and off the ball. Great length and speed and athleticism. He's a terror defensively. Always a threat on the drive. Irving has an explosive first step.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Griffin.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Simmons against Irving. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Pass to Shamet. Back to Irving. Clock at 6. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The drive by Simmons. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
When he's close to the rim, the attitude that Embiid brings is, I'm dunking this thing.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Irving passes to Griffin. Embiid with the steal. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Green inside the three-point line, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie, a tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He ended up with 15 points. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
We've got Jordan. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Outstanding body control there by Kyrie. I mean, he continues to score on tough defense, and it never fails to amaze me how he's able to do that so often.
Curry dishes to Embiid. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Durant on the jam by Kevin Durant.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Here's Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Embiid.
Boy, this big guy, Joel Embiid, is a center with an awesome dunking arsenal.
Outside, KD. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Embiid. I'm sure you've got a list Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to?
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are three guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Here's Maxey. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Kyrie Irving. Nets passing it around. And Katie, here we go. And then Durant with the dunk.
Boy, using this momentum to his advantage when Durant takes off towards the rim. Watch out below.
Curry passes to Howard. On the wing, Milton. Curry dishes to Howard. Rebound, Brooklyn. Griffin's got his fourth rebound in this one. And then Durant with the dunk.
Just way too much length at the rim to contest. Durant is in a league of his own offensively.
Outside Curry. Dishes to Howard. Rebounded by the Nets. Griffin's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Durant. Bruce Brown comes in for Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden.
Well, it's hard to know what Seth's going to do when he pulls up this close. He's excellent at making the defense uncomfortable.
So for the Nets, Kevin Durant's checked in for Griffin. Harris comes in for Brown. And it's James Harden in for Johnson. Here's Harden. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quit in this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
Outside Curry. Back to Embiid. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, you know, there's only so much you can do against Embiid, guys. I mean, he's such a terrifically skilled offensive player with great size. I mean, he plays pretty much through any kind of contact.
Passes to Harris. Here's Irving. Feeds it to Jordan. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And it's Harris off the drive, and the layup's good off the glass. Harris has got 6.
You know, we talk a lot about athleticism, guys. It's important, and right there, Harris used his well to create for himself.
It's good.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Curry deciding where to go with it, and Embiid throws it down.
Hey, once Embiid catches the hot hand now, he's looking to shoot it as much as he can.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Brooklyn leading by 5. Johnson outside. Pass to Brown. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for the 76ers. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Curry.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, Tobias Harris is a great scorer, and he's had multiple NBA stops, and I think you just have to simply say this guy has always been wanted.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Simmons against Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. And Griffin, here we go. Good D by Embiid. Deflects the pass. He gets it up. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Korkmaz is out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Maxey. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Thybulle in at the shooting guard position. The 76ers trail by 3. And that one's good. Korkmaz. Korkmaz has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Philadelphia. Here is Harden. Green breaking loose. Harden, no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And Korkmaz, the Turkish guard, taken at the end of the first round in 2016. Spent a year overseas before joining the NBA and didn't play much early on. But last season he showed he's a starting caliber player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. And Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Here's KD. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it. You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. It's Durant with the drive, and KD throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And then Durant with the dunk.
His IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
The 76ers trail by 5. Simmons on the wing. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. And Durant sends it back.
That extraordinary reach combined with good timing makes Durant a real threat as a shot blocker.
On the wing, Irving. Outside, KD. Shot from 16. And throw the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. Trailing by 5. They kick it out to Green. Outside Curry. And it's Simmons penetrating. Does not go down. Then this makes him 7 for 12 in the game.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
KD looking around. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. But they'll get another chance. 5 on the clock. Harris finds Harden.
That long reach of Embiid is a real asset on defense. Covers a lot of territory and knows how to snuff out shooters. That's a big-time bucket from Harris. I mean, so cool.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. And getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
To take the lead, DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And just look at what Durant is doing. My goodness.
Outside Curry. Back to Simmons. Jordan with the rebound. Here's Embiid. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. KD passes to Jordan. Money!
Well, Durant knows the team looks to him for this. These kinds of moments, the intensity of the moment, never roused.
Simmons against KD. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
And stolen by Simmons. Green finds Simmons. It's off.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
He hits the first one, and that gives them the lead.
You know, you look at Ben Simmons, and the thing that jumps out to me is his all-around game. I mean, it's absolutely terrific. He's a stat sheet stuffer, supreme.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 1. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And I think they've got enough time to try and get the ball inside, and unless they get a wide open look on the perimeter, that should be what the focus is. Even if you miss at the rim, you've got a good chance to maybe try and draw a foul.
To win the game.
Jordan is such a defensive presence. Really key that he stays engaged at that end of the floor.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.